Good morning, yogis. Welcome to Jimyasa's morning yoga. Start at the top of your mat and inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive all the way down into a forward fold. Inhale halfway up and then slowly exhale into a forward fold. On your next inhale, step back into a plank position and exhale, lowering all the way down to the mat. A slight inhale as you come up into a cobra pose. Exhale all the way back into downward facing dog. Stretch out the calves and the hamstrings here, pressing your chest toward your thighs. Maybe walk your dog by bending the knees one at a time, getting a good stretch into your Achilles and hamstrings this morning. Continuing to breathe here, inhaling through the nose and slowly exhaling through the nose. With your next exhale, put a slight bend in your knees and walk or step up to the front of your mat. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold all the way down. And then a reverse swan dive, coming all the way up to mountain pose. And release your hands down to your side. We'll do that one more time. The whole set. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale as you come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, and step back into plank, lowering down halfway here, and then inhaling up into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Remembering to inhale here, checking your alignment. Middle fingers are parallel, the rest are splayed out. Slight bend in the knees to lower the chest towards the thighs, hips up to the sky. Bend in the knees and come up to the front of your mat. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward fold, and another reverse swan dive all the way up to the top of your mats. Now we'll swivel around here a little bit, get loose in your hips and your lower back, creating some space. Rock back and forth, you can lean forward, you can come all the way down. The point is to just get some mobility in your lower back. And then we'll inhale our hands up overhead, interlacing the fingers, releasing the pointer finger, and stretch to your right side, standing side stretch to the right. Keeping your biceps by your ears, your arms as straight as possible. Inhaling deep through the nose here, and exhaling deep through the nose. Come back up to center, and we'll go to the other side, standing side stretch on the left. Check in with your feet, making sure you're still grounded through all four corners. Come back to center and do a slight back bend here. Gaze is up. Engaging the front of the body so the back can release. Really focus on your breath here. We'll release that and we'll run through a quick vinyasa. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, stepping back into a plank position, lowering down into a chaturanga, up into upward facing dog. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Now a little crescent lunge here on the right side. Inhale, your right leg comes up. Swing it through between your hands, keeping your feet hip width apart. Inhale your arms up into crescent lunge. Your goal is a 90-degree bend in the front leg. But don't jut the knee out over the ankle. Pressing back through your left leg. Switch into warrior one. You drop your back heel, square your hips to the front, and then inhale, arms up overhead. Feet are in the same position as a warrior two, but your back leg is out a little bit as if you were on train tracks. Deep breaths here. Bring your hands down through heart center, down to the bottom of your mat, and we'll run through another vinyasa. Inhaling into upward facing dog, exhaling into downward facing dog. Try that on the other side, a crescent lunge. Inhale, raising the left leg up to the sky, swinging it through overhead into crescent lunge. Make sure you're pressing through that back heel, trying to straighten the back leg as you lower down into your 90-degree bend in the front left leg. Deep inhales, filling up the lungs. Now we'll bring out the right heel, put it into a warrior one position, rotate your hips towards the front of the room. Inhale, arms up overhead, warrior one. A couple of breaths here, and then we'll lower our hands back down to the mat, and we'll run through another vinyasa. Make sure you're getting all your breath in here. Stepping back, chaturanga, inhale to upward facing dog, exhale into downward facing dog. Try warrior two here. Inhale, the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, swing it through. Drop the back heel down so your heel and arch are in a straight line. Inhale your arms up into warrior two. Checking your alignment here. Be sure that your front leg is at 90 degrees or working there. The knee is pointing out towards the middle toes, not collapsing in over the big toe. And then we'll inhale up into reverse warrior. Your front arm goes up towards the sky. Your back hand can go onto the back leg, onto the spine. Again, you try to sink into a 90-degree bend in that front leg, not locking out either knee. Inhale, float all the way back down and run through a vinyasa here, upward facing dog. Exhale back into downward facing dog. And we'll do that same thing on the other side. We'll start on warrior two on the left side. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through into warrior two, dropping the back ankle. Inhale the arms up. Gazes forward. Really breathe into this pose here, rolling the shoulders down the back. Equal weight in both feet. And again, checking the alignment of the front knee, making sure it's not collapsing in. Inhale up into reverse warrior, and then sink back down into your lunge. Gazes up towards the hand. And we'll lower down to the mat. Stepping back, do another vinyasa here. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend both knees and step up to the front of your mat into a chair pose here. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling down, setting the depth of your chair. And inhale your arms up overhead into chair pose. You can see your toes past your knees, keeping your spine in line. Inhaling through the crown of the head and exhaling as you sit deeper. And we'll inhale, bring our hands together at heart center and rotate to the right, bringing your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Squeezing the hands together as you rotate towards the sky. Gazes up if possible. Inhale back to center, and we'll try the other side. Right elbow to left knee, gazes up. Stay deep in the chair pose. Inhale, come back to center. Back into a chair pose, standing all the way up. Exhale, release. We'll stretch your feet out here as wide as your mat, and we'll come down into Malasana, or the yogi squat. Push my hands together here, elbows into knees to get a little more hip opening. Deep breaths here. Bring our hands down to the floor. Slowly work our feet back to center. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back. Through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. feet up to the top of your mat and lower back all the way to the ground. Next we'll work on inversions, starting with bridge. Lay back onto your mat, interlace your fingers behind your hips, and raise the hips up to the sky. Breathing deep here, engaging the core to keep that straight line from knees to shoulders. Come out of that, simply pull your shoulders out, release your hands, lower the hips back to the floor, and rock up. Back a little massage of the spine here. The next position will be a reverse plank. So get a few more rolls back and forth to release the spine, and then stretch your legs out to a reverse plank, trying to point the toes towards the ground, eventually bringing the toes to meet the ground. Palms are facing in. Again, engage the core to keep a straight line from shoulders all the way to feet. To come out of this, bring the head up and then lower the hips to the floor. And we'll do a seated forward bend. Bringing the left leg in, right leg stays out. Inhale, arms up overhead, and exhale as you reach for your front toe. If that's not accessible for you, hands to knee or calf or on the floor is fine. Just make sure your lower back stays straight. The upper back will have to arch, but maintaining a straight lower back is key. Deep breaths here. We're trying to loosen everything up for the rest of your day. Inhale, back up. Exhale, release. We'll swap out the legs. Bring the left leg long, right leg comes to the inner thigh. Make sure your sit bones are level, and then inhale, arms up. Exhale, reaching for your left foot. If you can reach your left foot, great. If not, go to the calf or knee or ankle, or hands to the floor is fine. Just get a good stretch there in the hamstring and lower back. Next couple of poses will be a little bit more advanced. You can just continue stretching here or follow along. This first pose is just a double leg seated forward bend. Same as a single leg, except both legs are out. Up overhead, exhale to release. We'll slide up a little bit closer to the front of our mat for our plow, and then up into shoulder stand. So for plow, just bring the feet all the way back behind the head if possible. You can rest your knees on your temples, and then bring the feet up to the sky, placing your hands on your lower back. Most of the weight here is on the shoulders and in the arms. Do all sorts of fun things with your legs. You can eagle pose your legs. Try to tuck your knee down to your forehead while maintaining the elevated hips. Switch out and do the other side. Wrapping the legs and bringing the knee to meet the forehead if possible. Opening the legs wide, bringing the feet together to create a diamond. Bring the knees together, legs back up straight. Slowly bend both knees towards the forehead, back into plow pose. And then we will slowly come out of this by lowering one vertebrae at a time onto the floor, maintaining control the entire way down, slowly returning to the mat. Great counter pose for this is fish pose, which we'll be doing next. hands underneath your hips. And roll all the way up first. Fish pose. Put your hands under your hips. Inhale your torso up to the sky, onto your elbows, and then arch your back, placing the top of your head onto the mat. It's a good counter stretch for a shoulder stand. Do this for a couple of breaths. And then to come out, raise the head first, then lower the upper body and release the hands. We'll rock a couple of times, back and forth, give the spine a little massage as we move into our last pose, which is wheel. Start in the same position roughly as bridge and bring the hands, palms down, fingers pointing toward shoulders behind the back. That was a little quick there, but what you want to do is first raise your hips and then press through your arms to raise the upper body into a wheel pose. Forcing your knees to come together, you don't want them to flare out and to come out. Simply lower the head down and then the rest of the spine. Do a couple more rolls here to release everything. And then we'll come into a figure 4 stretch. So laying back onto your mat. Knees are bent, heels are to the ground. Inhale your left ankle to your right knee. Place your left hand through the hole you just created and right hand meets it on the shin or hamstring. Pull the legs back, stretching out the left hip. Breathe deep into that left hip here to get a good release, all while engaging the arms and shoulders, pulling the legs back. Figure 4 stretch. Continuing to breathe here as we lower the feet down to the floor, cross the legs over, scoot the hips to the left. Gaze is to the left as you let the knees collapse to the right hand side for a supine twist. Try to keep both shoulders flat on the mat here. Hands or palms down. Twist the spine. Bring the feet back up to the center, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Right ankle to left knee. Right hand through the hole you created, left hand meets it at the shin. Pull the legs back. And a figure 4 stretch. Breathing into your right hip here. Out of this pose, set your left foot down, cross the right foot over, scoot the hips 2 or 3 inches to the right, let the legs fall to the left side as the gaze goes to the right, supine twist. Deep breaths here, filling up the lungs to bring the feet back to center. We'll come into our final Shavasana. I would suggest taking at least a 2-minute Shavasana here. If you have time for more, that's great. If not, at least 2 minutes to reset. And you'll be energized and ready for the rest of your day. Thank you for your practice.